Hi beautiful people, welcome to your Tuesday Thoughts video. I'm Karen, my website is karentony.co.uk. Go there and have a look at the different services that I offer. I'm here today to do a little read, and I'm going to do something a little bit different today. I would usually read tarot, but today I'm not going to read tarot. I'm going to read some oracle cards. I know some people have a slight issue with tarot cards and they think it's connected to something darker, or that they're not comfortable with, or their religious views don't allow them to view. Essentially it's an image, it's a picture, and being an artist, I read a lot into pictures and images. So as you can see, this is a picture I have behind me that I painted, and sometimes you can sit with a picture and you can receive a message from a picture. So a lot of my art currently is about these guided messages, and as I'm painting and as I'm working with whatever lines are coming through, there's also information coming through. So for me, that's what I'm doing in a reading. I'm looking at something and then I'm listening to see what the meaning. We can see the obvious meaning, but then there's always something more to it. So I have grounded and opened up my energy. I have brought in my guides. Apologies for the hairdo. It is very, very hot. It was 26 degrees last night at 11 p.m. It's going to be a hot one today. I managed to get out and do some exercise earlier before it got really intense, but it is hot. So the windows are open, there's building work going on outside, so you can hear the noise, but hopefully you can hear me over that. And maybe if the guides could come in and help us, these people might take a lunch break and be quiet. So what I wanted to do today is read from the cards, but read from slightly different cards. I know I usually throw in a few extra cards in my tarot read, but I want to avoid tarot today, just so those of you who aren't liking that link can still see how images and information can come through. And obviously this is a message for somebody. There's somebody out there that wants to watch this, doesn't feel great about watching tarot, and so this is for you. I will begin with the angel cards because angels are in every religion, and many people work with the angels. I myself work with angels, and it is a beautiful high frequency energy. Just knock out the old. And these cards are nice. These are Doreen Virtue's angel cards, and there are many different angel cards, but again what I'll be doing is it's already thrown out 3 cards, I think. So I'll just be reading the images on the cards. I've got a few other options here which are oracle cards, not tarot, and then hopefully that'll give you the read that is right for you. So we have 3 cards that just came out together, so let's look at the 3 cards. Again, at the moment I don't know what they are. So I hope you're well. I hope the hot weather has arrived for you, whether you're on holiday or at home. I hope you're getting some summer season. It is good to have a break. It is good to switch off. It is good to allow yourself just, it's like the cat, in the warm weather, it just lies out and it doesn't do much. It can't do much. There's not much you can do when it's intense heat. And I like that. I like the slowing down. I like the just sitting. You might be sitting in a pile of your own sweat. I wasn't going to say that, but I've said it now. But you're just sitting because you can't move, you can't do too much. It works up the heat, so you gotta just sit and be more. And I enjoy that. And it just goes to show that you don't always have to be doing. So that's what I'm getting now. You don't always have to be doing. Sometimes sitting, either listening to a recording, listening to an audio book, watching a movie, and just finding ways just to sit and allow the body to cool. A great way is to run cold water over your wrists. That's a tendency to reduce your temperature, so that's a little top tip that can help. Cold showers are good, but suddenly you come out of the cold shower and again you can just heat up almost immediately. Filling a hot water bottle with cold water and putting it in the fridge and then taking it out and holding it is a great way to just hold the coldness to you. And some people have said putting like a towel in the fridge or some sheets in the fridge before you put them on your bed just brings that coolness as well. And you probably only need that if you are in these intense heats. I mean, we're getting heats up to like 31, 36 degrees here. So therefore you do need some sort of cooling. And having like an ice pop or an ice lolly in the freezer just to help you cool is fine to do. Be aware of your temperature. I'm just getting told to just be aware of your temperature, be aware of what you're doing. I managed to do some exercise today, but don't push yourself too hard, and always, always hydrate. Cheers. It's water, it's not vodka. Right, let's go for the first card. Let's see how we do. 5 minutes in already. Truth and integrity. Okay, so this is a lovely angel card, and it is about your truth and your integrity. And they say people who walk their walk or walk their talk, this is what you want to achieve. These are the people that we're focusing on now. The people who have found their truth. Now, your truth is not someone else's truth. Your truth is not based on someone else's opinion of you. Your truth is not based on what other people approve that you do or you become or that you choose as a career. Your truth is your truth. And that can be as I was going to say far-fetched, but it's far-fetched is not what I mean, but it can be quite multi-dimensional. I mean, for example, I work with different dimensions. So this isn't everyday stuff. This can be a bit further from the ordinary. And that is my truth currently. And I have to integrate that into my life and present myself in a way that I have integrity with that. So it means doing the work as well. There's this term going around, spiritual bypassing, where you don't get to do your own work. You must do your own work, and it is from doing your own work that you feel able to contribute. So these things are contributions that we're offering into the world, and they're here to assist people in whatever way we can. And many of us are doing it in things like this, but even going about your job, whatever you do, you know, if you were doing accounts, then you're assisting someone who isn't good with numbers. So you're contributing to society, to that person, to the world, by giving your guidance and helping them with the numbers. If your contribution is as a priest, then you're giving of service in your time and in your prayer and in your assistance in guiding people to a place where they might feel security enough to look inside themselves. Often religion, though, is a stop where people stop looking at themselves and start just, you know, speaking of the dogma, etc., repeating. But the integrity is embodying all of this stuff. So know your truth, find your truth. What is true for you? And a great way to find out what is true for you, particularly if it's a career, if it's interest, is what subject are you interested in? Where does your enthusiasm go? I was told once, if you had to go into a newsagent and pick up 3 magazines to read, what would the name of those 3 magazines be? And that's where your focus is. That's where your attention, that's where your interest lies. And that can point to the direction you want to go. Is it home? Is it garden? Is it wellness? Is it gossip? You know, is it photography? Is it computers? You know, all these different elements that have annuals and magazines and monthlies, etc., etc. You know, what feels true to you, and you also feel it in your body. So when something happens, or when you meet a person, or when you're offered a position, or when you're offered a a chance to change a position, how does it feel in your body? It's about tuning in, because you have to come out of here. And this is what's important as well. We're so in our minds. When I was on my walk today and I did my Tai Chi and then I connected with the ground and I was sitting with the ground and listening to what I was getting. And I was getting that we are training our minds. We educate our children in the mental capacity. So we train them in, languages, in mathematics, in geography, in sciences, all up here. We are not training them in their emotional context. We are not training them in their energetic context. So they are going out into the world with no foundation in proper emotional setup and guidance and gauging. And they're also not trained in any energetic education. And I feel that this needs to change. I feel that young people, hopefully now, with the whole mental health thing, there'll be much more support for emotional needs. But there must be much more understanding of emotions, of our addictions to certain emotions due to the brain chemistry, but also how our emotions are linked to our energy. So it's always energy first, thought second. So what's the energy? And then if that's the energy, what organ is that? So then, in Chinese medicine, what does that organ represent? And then working on the energy of that organ. So there's different levels that are coming through now, and that's the true story. That's the true nature of humanity. So humanity, we're not just all thinking beings. We are physical, but at that particle level, we're energetic. And so there needs to be an education about that and about what that can bring to your life and how it can bring such a huge dynamic resilience is coming. But I just want to see that, it just opens up so much more to you in your experience of the world, in your experience of yourself as a human being, and your experience of others as human beings. So we must get out of just simply having concepts. That's minimal. And it runs on past thinking and past programming. So we have to be able to tune in and become attuned to the world that we're in. And this is where integrity comes in. Because then once you're working with all of those elements, you raise your frequency. You learn to balance your frequencies. You learn to understand frequencies. And therefore you can come at life with full integrity in the work that you do. Your offerings have integrity. Because in a sense, it's not you, it's not me that you're watching. You're watching the energy that comes through this physical. You're watching perhaps elements of my higher self coming through. You're watching elements of my teachers, my team, who are present and who actually want to talk with you and want to be with you and want to share with you. And so it's not about me. And so that's where your integrity must, I do healing, but it's my team, it's the energy that's coming through me. But it's not my energy, it's the energy that comes through. So I don't want you to think that, I think I am some guru who has all this power. I have merely found a way to integrate and work with it. And you can too. Or you don't have to. You can simply leave it. And that's why we have people who do different jobs. I don't want to become an accountant. I like maths, but that's not what I'm good at. But there are people out there who are good at that. I, don't want to be a plumber, although that might be handy sometimes. But, there's someone out there who does plumbing who can help me if I should need plumbing. So, that sounded weird. It is about understanding the truth of that. So the nature of what I'm offering is it's a skill set. It's just something I've worked on. And there's the integrity. The integrity is in the ownership of that I have worked on it for many, many, many years, and been developing in this way for many, many years. And people will know I've always had this side where I was connected, but just now I'm just, showing it publicly a little bit more. And hopefully I'm showing it with truth, and hopefully I'm showing it and sharing it with integrity. So let me know. Second card. Harmony. So this angel is playing a violin or a fiddle. So certainly music is coming into this, and I wouldn't have ever said that about this card before, but that's what I'm getting now. And when you hear a beautiful piece of music, it creates harmony in the field. And the field includes your energetic field. And when we dance, we connect to that field, and we allow, the self, the mask, let's say, of, how we present ourselves to the world, and we just let go, and we enjoy, and we float with the music, and we let go. So when you let go, more comes into your life. So there's a freedom in music. So by all means listen to music, by all means listen to tunes, by all means move your body. You see children, as soon as they hear music, they have to move. And I'm like that. I can be listening to my headphones on the train or the tube in London, and I want to get up and dance, and sometimes I'll just bop a little bit because I can't help but move to the music. And restricting that, repressing that, just stagnates the energy. So this is about energy flow. This is about energy moving. This is about energy cycling. And it's very much about the natural world as well. So here this angel is in the woods, and he's playing music for the plants and possibly the animals around. And he's light-footed. He's here on his tiptoes, so he's just skipping through, light-footed, connected to the ground with his bare feet. So there's grounding, there's energy, earth energy here. And there's growth, and there's the trees in the background. So we've got lots of structure, lots of support. There's a Qigong exercise for the tree, the wood element. So it's that strength to stand in your power, that rootedness to the earth, that present and presenting is like the trunk of the tree. And there's a halo around his head. So this is divine music, divine sound. Everything is based on sound. Everything comes from sound. So there's an element of understanding that the sound and the harmony of sound, and how that can bring harmony into your life. Vibrating at the right frequency can bring harmony into your life. So find out those frequencies. You can see them all over YouTube. The Solfrago, I think it's called, the heart energy frequency, which I think is 528 hertz. And there's all these different frequencies. I wonder what that is, the car horn. There's all these different frequencies which you can listen to, and it balances your system. It harmonizes your system. Sound baths are wonderful to go to because they harmonize and they shift your energy in ways that help and heal. And it's looking for harmonious relationships as well. When you work with truth and integrity, you are drawing to you a harmonious life. You're drawing to you ease. You're drawing to your support. You're drawing to you celebration in a way. This classical, you have music when you celebrate. You have music to announce. You have music to, gather people together. So there's a way of, the sweet tune. So the sound is, it's like a perfume, it's like a smell. So it's the energy you give off. So as soon as you give off this harmonious energy, this sweet sound, you can draw harmonious elements to you. So your life starts to go in the right direction. Do you know what I was thinking of this card as part of the harmonious element, and here it is. Serenity. So serenity is this place of bliss, of peace, of calm, of everything working out, of you being happy and content, alive and fulfilled, at ease, where you have time to stop and smell the flowers. You have time to connect with nature. I don't know if you can hear all the birds singing in the background, but I can hear lots of birds in the background right now. And so the way to have a serene life is to move towards serenity now, wherever you are. So imagine everything has worked out. Imagine you are in the best life possible. Imagine you have what you need coming into your life. You're receiving. So before life situation changes, you almost have to put yourself in the energy of serenity in order for serenity to arrive. So it is about the law of attraction. It is about, vibrating at a frequency. So choose the frequency of serenity, of ease, peacefulness, and calmness. These are the words I keep getting. It's this serene, you're on a level, you're in harmony with the world. You're balancing the world. And through this serenity, you receive what it is you want. But rather than, often people think I need this and this and this to feel this way, to feel content, to feel like I've got everything. But in actual fact, that the trick is to feel it first, to feel the serenity, the serene energy. And you can do that in many ways. Go for a walk. You can walk by the ocean. You can look at a painting. You can sit and focus on your own breath. You can find images of joy and bliss. You can welcome them into your world. You know, all these things that give you that centered, happy vibration. It doesn't mean you have to be happy with everything right now. It just means you allowing some of that perfume, that sweet scent into you. So then you're fluctuating at a slightly different level. And as you fluctuate at this different level, the sound that you're sending out, the frequency that you're sending out, the music that you're sending out will draw more serene elements to you. So, interesting start. Truth and integrity, harmony and serenity. So again, that's all integrity. It's you're sending out, you're developing, you're becoming more, you're growing up. There is an element where we are stuck in this childhood loop where, we grow up with our parents and then we're their daughters or sons, and then we kind of have our own daughters or sons, and we never really grow further than that. And there's so much more. There's so much more, and it's time for us to encapsulate everything that we can possibly tap into. It's time for us to open up and receive so much more. I'm being reminded of a channel I did recently where it said eyes to the skies, eyes to the skies. We've just seen that amazing image of the new telescope and all it's shown us, and how we can see much further into space and see all the galaxies. These are not, we think that we're everything, we're hanging in the middle of space. And even when we connect to the earth and we ground to the earth, you must understand that as you ground and go down to the center of the earth, there's also the other side of the earth, and then nothingness. So, and we don't mean nothingness, we mean, we know that space is full. But we are suspended in space, and there's just so much we haven't seen yet, and more is being revealed. And this is why these things are showing up, to cushion us so that we will be able to adjust to the fact that more and more is coming through, more and more will be revealed. A card did drop out, and it's not my favourite card, but there is reason, as always, in everything. And there have been a lot of shadow aspects that have been showing themselves. There have been a lot of, especially, when you put yourself on a platform, you can be subject to negative energy, let's just say. So there's a lot of that shadow aspect coming out now to be cleared. And that's what happens sometimes. It comes out to clear, and it has to kind of come out into the open. We know that from situations in our society, in our governments, and in our religions, that for it to be cleared and freed, it kind of has to come to the surface. It's kind of like the scum when you're doing a soup or something, and then this scum rises to the top, to clear it off, because that's the toxic or the negativity, and it's no good having it hidden. It has to rise so it can clear. So there's a certain amount of work that needs to go on in our world, and we're seeing that, and we are a reflection of that, or that is a reflection of us. So then it points to ourselves, that we have to do our own clearing, our own shadow work, our own spiritual work, so we can clear away more and more debris. And we are doing it constantly. So even if you feel yourself highly evolved, you still have work to do. Because it is like the onion, so there's another layer, or you might see the cycle going round and round and round and round, and then you're going deeper to another level, and then deeper to another level, and then deeper to another level. And as you clear and clear and clear, you work with higher and greater light beings, which is wonderful. But then it requires that you keep doing the work. So you don't stop. You don't just get to a level and go, okay, I'm here, and I stop. You must keep clearing. Is there one more card that we can have just as an adjunct to this one? Oh my goodness, right, okay. So the next card from the guides, which is not tarot, is deceit. So deceit came in upside down, which is kind of a good thing, because when it comes in the right way around, it's about someone deceiving you. It's about someone being a bit nasty. Someone has these masks on, so they're pretending to be something they're not. And it can be that you yourself are deceiving yourself about someone else. So someone might come into your life and you might think this is a wonderful person, and you might fall for their charm, but you're deceiving yourself. You're blindfolding yourself, and they have a mask, and it's seeing beyond the mask. But there is angelic support, but it's upside down. So I would say that your guardian angels have actually helped you through something, helped you through a situation where someone was deceiving you, and where you now are able to see those red flags. So you're able to see the deceit, you're able to sense the deceit, you're able to taste that taste when something is off, and that is part of your growth. So when you are working from truth and integrity, when you move into that resonance of harmony, it's much easier to feel the bump in the frequency when something is out of harmony. So if you maintain your serenity, then the deceitfulness can't get access to you, because it's not this way, it's this way. So it's maintaining serenity despite what is going on, because these elements will fall. They will fall. And so in a way you could say it's karma. Karma comes back to bite people on the ass. So, it's not for us to point fingers at everyone who is maybe attacking. I spoke about this earlier to someone, and sometimes we have to yield. We have to yield more so as that they get the space to see what they're actually doing. And perhaps it's someone that you've known, and perhaps their mask is dropping, and it might be dropping because they might be evolving. So the deceitfulness might be actually leaving, and this is the upside down, it's actually leaving the space. So I'm going to go with the way I picked it. So two others jumped out. Can't speak. Two others jumped out. Purpose. So these are your master teachers, and you are moving in the direction that you're meant to be moving in. Doesn't necessarily mean it's the easiest direction, but you are going the right way. And you can see that he has a bunch of flowers here. So there's abundance. There is, beauty here. There is sustenance here. He's going with his bag. So perhaps someone is traveling. Someone might be moving home, moving house, moving country. Someone is relocating. But it is being guided by these higher energy beings, and that would point to your purpose. You might think, oh, I have to leave this country, or I have to go here, and because my life didn't work out this way, or because this didn't work out that way. But it's not that. It's because you're meant to go that way. You're meant to travel. The direction is this way. You know, your path of gold is this way. You're being guided to go this way. So it's not that you have had to leave because something wasn't working out, but it's because you're being drawn to the right thing. And you want to be going in good humor. You want to be going with joy, and you want to be going with an offering of love, I want to say, with the flowers. An offering of peace, an offering of kindness, an offering of serenity. When someone gives you flowers, it's a beautiful thing. So this is a peaceful friendship offering. This is someone who's coming in that vibration, that loving vibration. They're not coming in harsh. They're moving forward towards you with this loving vibration, with this friendship, with this almost open heart. And it's 38, so 8, 9, 10, 11, so it's 11 cards. So this can be twin flame, it can be your partner coming to you, your partner traveling to you, your partner moving in with you. And again, we've got 4 stars. So it could be that this is due to the galactic changes, due to the star seeds. Oh my goodness, I'm getting all dizzy right now. Lightheaded. So perhaps that's it too. Perhaps as you move on your purpose, you're moving to the higher dimensions. You're moving to work with master teachers, which is very high and can leave you feeling a little ungrounded. But this is the direction that you're moving in. And that's the key, which shows up the next one. You must, wrong way around. You must do your shadow work to move on. So you must move into this place of harmony. You must get away from this kind of demonic personality. So it's not about attacking someone. If you are slightly sending bad vibes to someone, that's shadow. That's deceit. If you are firing the flames of something inflammatory about someone, that's shadow, that's deceit. If you are feeling internally rage and attack for someone, that's shadow and that's deceit, and that needs work on. Your purpose is to work on it with love and kindness for yourself, because we're all dealing with this right now. And so you must approach it with love and kindness and carry very little of it with you. You're not carrying this baggage. Your bag will be very small because you will leave the dark side behind you. And there is love. Basically, it's a calling of love. Basically, if you're being nasty about someone else, it's because of the insecurity within you. And if you are insecure in yourself, it means you feel unloved, unprotected, and not supported. in the world, on the earth, on the planet, by your family, by your friends, by relationships, whatever it is, you are feeling vulnerable in some extent, and you are asking for love. And the love is coming in from the divine healers. The love is there for you. The love is there and all around you while you notice your shadow, while you deal with your shadow, while you deal with your dark aspects. And these are not dark aspects in the like the human laws, and the spiritual laws are a bit different. But negative personality traits and attacking others and throwing out comments or making snide remarks or writing these posts which can have this energy to it. Be careful, because that is energetic and that is within you, and you are sharing that. And that which you put out, you receive back. So that is why it is much better to deal with this, to heal it, so that the world, or the energy you put into the world, is better, and then the world can respond to you in a better way. You don't get anywhere by tearing somebody down. You're actually tearing yourself down. When you tear another down, you're missing the fact that you should see in them yourself. And as you tear them down, what is it that you're seeing that you don't like about yourself? And then sort that out, deal with that, manage that, recognize that. That is the aspect that you need to heal. And then you heal that aspect and you move on and you move forward, and you have left your shadow behind. You are no longer... There is something with shadow as well where... and that's it, you're no longer in harmony if you're in shadow. You're not in harmony. You're not adding harmony to the world. And so we're in a place now where we must be adding more and more harmony. There's so much conflict that many of us who, let's say, call ourselves light workers or whatever, are here to add harmony to the planet, because there's so much conflict, there's so much destruction, there's so much horribleness, that so much more than you even know or realize or can understand. And so it's imperative that we add good in. We have to balance it out. There have to be people adding good in the whole time to help balance this out, because otherwise it would be complete destruction. But we can deal with our shadow. Excuse me. We can recognize the deceit, deceiving ourselves. We've recognized that. We've recognized our shadow, and we're healing our shadow, and we're moving forward. And we're moving forward with purpose, because we've got rid of that and dealt with that. So I do want to move on, and maybe I'll just pick one Archangel Michael and maybe a dragon, because there's lots of different cards we can use, which are all, really fun decks to use and give us guidance. So Archangel Michael, give us a card that just helps clarify perhaps where this is going. Again, we're back to the angels, because angelic light helps everything. So if you are dealing with shadow, bring in angelic light. If you want to know more about that, you can get in touch with me, but simply just say, angels, come and clear this, come and help me clear this, help me see what I need to clear. And we all need to do our own work. We're all constantly evolving. Journaling is a great thing to do. I have notebooks all over the place of everything that I go through, and drawings and notes and channelings and pieces of information that just tie up to this whole long story of evolving and moving higher. And by higher, we don't mean better. We don't mean better than anyone else. We just mean as you transform, your vibration changes, and as your vibration changes, what you see, what you experience, what you witness, and what you receive is what we would call a higher vibration, lighter vibration. And that's what we're all moving to. That seemed to want to come out, so let's see where that is. I don't know, can you hear my tummy rumbling? It's rumbling like crazy. It's time to leave this unhealthy situation. So that is a definite. That's pointing. Now this, I'm going to read it first. It says, Archangel Michael, what parts of my life do I need to focus on more closely right now? Thank you for helping me hear your answers and giving me the courage to make healthy changes in my life. So this can mean moving to a new place. It can mean leaving a lifestyle. You know, if you have a particularly negative lifestyle or an unhealthy lifestyle, be it food, be it addiction, be it worrying, be it condescending, be it shadow influenced, it's time to leave that behind. And what this is saying, oh, my stomach, oh my goodness, why is my stomach rumbling so much? Yes, because I'm hungry, but is there anything else? Oh, it's movement of energy. Okay, so as you leave the situation, which could be this dark, shadowy self, you move. And as you move, you clear energy. You're leaving the energy behind, so you're clearing energy. So energy can be cleared in tummy rumblings, in sneezing, in coughing, in clearing your throat a lot. It can be released in tears. I'm getting sweat as well. Sweat can help release energy. So there's lots of different ways to move yourself out of the energetic feelings. And it's saying that it is time to leave the darker sides behind, leave the negative sides behind. Leave that deep churning behind, that gaping hole which you're filling with the wrong things. So my stomach is empty. It is hungry. It is hungry for food. What are you feeding it? Leave the darkness behind. Go towards the light. Banish this dark energy from your environment, from your head. And this is the thing, it's back to that head, back to that new education. If we think we're just thinking beings, then we run on this hamster wheel, and this is who we are, and this is how we roll. You're an energetic frequency. Your physical is channeling this energetic presence. Your physical is presenting itself energetically to the world. Your frequency is sending a message out there. So it's not, the mind can help shift that. We can use the mind to get into the body and shift. We can use the mind to direct energy and increase energy. We can use the mind for good. So rather than feel you're a slave to your mind and slave to your thoughts and your current thinking patterns, actually use the mind for good. Leave the unhealthy and move towards the healthy. And that might mean healthy eating. That might mean cutting down on meat. That might mean cutting down on alcohol. That might mean fasting. So going with an empty belly. It's almost like with fasting, you have to go past the point of being hungry and moving into the point of feeling what it is like when that passes, because it does pass. So in the great addiction, there is this intense desire to have something. And then if you're prepared to let that simmer and settle and pass over that desire and that what's the word? Over the desire, and begins with F. I'm getting a word beginning with F. Over the desire and the fanaticism, like the fanatic desire to fill that void. Like hunger, when you move past that initial, oh, I'm so hungry, I have to eat, and then you eat. Move past it. Move past that sense. Then where are you? Then what is the feeling? Then you see a different sense. And it's like that in Tai Chi. When we do Tai Chi, we do it and we move in a certain way, and we are doing it for weeks and weeks and weeks. And then something suddenly changes in a move. Our hand might be positioned this way, and we get corrected, and we project out a little more, and it just does something to our entirety. And as it does something to our entirety, we experience a different sensation. And so that's why it's important to understand that you can leave it behind. You can walk away and move through it, move through this sensation. So you can leave it behind. Let's try a dragon now to bring in some high energy, dragon energy, and see what they want to say to finish, because we're on 45. I really do apologize if you can't hear my belly, but that is energy moving. So as I'm doing this, because remember I was saying that, right? So there's energy coming through me as I'm doing this. My guides are all here with me as I'm doing this. So, often, if I go to channel or I go to sit with a group and do work, my stomach will rumble, the energy will move inside me. Often we can start yawning, and so there's all these elements of energy moving. And so it's felt. And that's the great thing. If you can feel the difference, it's like Abraham Hicks would say, is it good? Does it feel good? Does it feel bad? Does this feel right? Does it feel wrong? If you can feel the difference, then that's you noticing the energy, noticing the change. Noticing the change is huge. Being aware and noticing the difference. And the Barefoot Doctor had a great line, and he said, in his book Pure, he said, there's a hair's breadth of difference, but the distinction is worth making. And that's the thing. It's between here and here, but there's a difference. So that's the subtle sensitivity. And then with that comes your truth and integrity. With that comes your ability to sense. With that comes your ability to be true to yourself and to acknowledge when you're in your shadow, when you are in your deceitfulness, when you are doing something out of order. And we are human, we do that, but it's noticing, it's pulling yourself back, it's being prepared to see it in ourselves. And, whether we chastise ourselves, sometimes you're at the supermarket and you might just say something under your breath and go, for God's sake. That's shadow. So catch yourself. And it's okay to have it. It's okay to have it, but to recognize it and go, oh God, there was no need. Why don't I just send blessings to her? Maybe she's having a bad day. Maybe she's stuck in the queue and she's just got somewhere really... somewhere to go, something heavy to deal with. Maybe she's just unconscious, and it's just about just shifting that, because that shifts it in me. Because if I'm in, oh, for God's sake, that's the energy I'm in, so that's what I'm attracting. So what you want to do is shift it. Notice the difference. It's a hair's breadth of difference, but the distinction, the sensing it, is vital. So that will then oh my goodness, I'm so hungry. I'm going to have to eat after this. This is energy moving, and it sometimes when I do healings, my guts go crazy, and sometimes when I do healings on people, their guts go crazy. So this is healing energy. And so I'm healing right now. And I hope as you're listening and as you're recognizing that perhaps your tummy's rumbling, perhaps you're feeling this healing, this transformation, this moving over this. Because we're also frightened of being horrible people. And yet we have this dark, nasty side to us. Everyone does. We come with it. We come with the light and the shadow. This is releasing. My goodness, I'm doing so much releasing of shadow here, and it means that I have a lot of shadow to release. But it's the releasing that's important. It's the recognizing that's important. And as I said, when you change, when you have that nastiness and you say something and then you it's not that you take it back, but you simply recognize what you've done and you cancel, clear, delete. I like that. Cancel, clear, delete. You simply park it and you leave it. You don't have to bring it with you. You only bring the good stuff with you. So shift your energy. So the energy you're bringing forward into the world is better, and therefore the energy you receive from the world, and what you're doing is you're helping to balance, to harmonize, to help balance with this conflict that's in the world. That's why we're here. We're these pillars that are helping to usher in this better world, but we have so much that we have to pivot against, that we have to do our work so we can be valuable. We can have effect. Okay, so we do have a dragon card. So I think I'll just go with the one because I've only got a few minutes left. It basically like dragons in my belly. What's my tummy want to say? Just shifting energy, and I'm getting Raphael and Uriel are angels that you might want to call on to shift the energy, and they will work on your system and they will bring in new energy. So as it's not like you're left empty. So they want to say that as well. It's not that you're left empty. You know, if your identity has been connected to a personality trait or a way of being, or, you know, people connect identity to their career, they connect identity to their family, they connect identity to their country, they connect identity to their religion, which is interesting because I'm not doing tarot in case it affects your religion at the minute. So this is an oracle reading, not tarot. So it could be identities connected to all these things. And they're saying as you leave your identity, as you leave the old identity behind, it might seem like there's this emptiness. It might seem like there's this gaping hole. Who am I? But that is the most beautiful place, because then you discover the truth of who you are. You discover the truth of your identity, and you feel and sense and receive the fullness of who you are, which is your higher being, which is all of the energy of all your higher existences, and that is full of integrity. So we're moving away from the earthbound, 3D bound, human focused concepts of who we are. And that can leave, what we worry about is that will leave the gaping hole. That will leave the void. But voids don't stay voids. Vacuums don't stay vacuums. It fills. So if you empty out this crap, you will fill with the beauty. So get rid of the stuff. Get rid of the heaviness. Get rid of all that bitterness. Get rid of the hatred. Get rid of the snide remarks. Get rid of that negativity you're putting out into the world. It doesn't matter what the other people... You're not there to judge and belittle others. You're there to deal with your stuff. I'm here to deal with my stuff. So, and it's painful. It can be painful. And it's not nice. Seeing ourselves that way, it's not necessarily nice, but it's there to be dealt with. And as we deal with it, and as we clear it, and as we become better humans, and therefore allowing more of this energy through, and then become multi-dimensional beings, then we can affect the world in a great way and be of service. The other card was service. It was being of service. Time for service. When you give, you receive. But the main card that came out was Archangel Gabriel's dragon, which is a beautiful white dragon, and it's got a diamond here. And it says, Oh my goodness, you can't write this, right? It says brings purification. Self-discipline will speed ascension and bring joy. You can carry Archangel Gabriel's diamond. So I would go with Archangel Gabriel, I would go with Archangel Raphael for healing, and I would go with Archangel Uriel for the wisdom and the guidance of how to do this. This is about embracing angelic light to help you, and that's probably why we worked with the angels today. There is a lot of clearing at the moment. You will see a lot of dark. You will see a lot of negativity, and you might feel it, and it makes you feel vulnerable, makes you feel afraid, makes you feel insecure, makes you feel unsettled. So your work is to do all the stuff that makes you feel secure, that makes you feel settled, that makes you feel strong, that makes you feel able to step up and be your true self. So foundational work is important, but dealing with everything that the world is showing you, don't take it all on. Just use it as a pointer to integrate your own shadow, to receive the information from your own shadow, because it is teaching you. And then to grow from that, to develop, to expand into greatness. We are all great. You are great if you can clear out the sludge, clear out the foam at the top, scrape off all the negativity. It has to rise so you can see it and remove it, and then you can walk forward. You can walk forward with ease and with joy and with roses in your hand for someone. And you have to be able to receive that then. Receive the good that's coming to you. If you're moving forward in your purpose, in your higher purpose, and because you've dealt with all of this stuff, you've purified, you've had self-discipline along the way. And these are skills you learn. This isn't just, I just became this. This is years and years and years of work often. But what you'll find with Ascension is it's happening much faster. People are awakening quicker. There's much more information out there. So you are going to be growing at a more rapid rate. So it's better to deal with this now, shift it to the side, clear up your energy, move out of just thinking you're a thinking being and move into a feeling and sensing. And know when it feels wrong, and move into what is right. What do you want more of? Give that to the world. What would you like to receive more of? Give that to the world. You are being helped by the angels. You are being helped by the dragon light. But again, it's Archangel Gabriel's dragon. So go for angelic help. Ask the angels to help you. They are there. They just need you to ask. That is the thing with angels. They're all around you, ready to help you. But until you ask for assistance, they feel they can't come in and start, futhering, as my dad would say. They must have permission. You must request their guidance. You must say, come and help me with this. And they will. They will. That's what they do. So thank you very much. This has been interesting. It is the time of the supermoon tomorrow. So the moon tends to point to shadow aspects as well. Things that are in light, things that are in shadow. We are makeup of all of it. But there is a lot of stuff that we need to get rid of now. There's a lot of stuff that is asking to be left behind. And it could be the traumas as well. We don't have to sit with those things as much as we did in the past. We are moving at a rapid rate through ascension. And so it is important to get a grasp on that, to realize you are a beautiful, amazing being, that you deserve everything that the world can give you. So approach the world in your best way, and the world will shower you with goodness. Thank you very much for listening. I hope that's helped someone today. Please feel free to share, like, subscribe to the channel just to get the numbers up. Hit the notification bell just so you get the next video. Make a comment. Share this with your friends. Rewatch it. But I hope that reaches someone. So thank you very much. This has been almost an hour of clearing. My tummy is settled. My tummy is quiet now. So it just goes to show that energy, moving, speaking, expressing, painting, dancing, playing music. Find different ways to get the energy out. Blessings. Thank you.